Hey, what's up guys? We're back. We're doing more of the stuff that we do. So this is going to be a short night tonight. I think I mentioned last time, I know I mentioned that I'm going out of town tomorrow and I have to leave pretty early and I have stuff to do, so we're not going to be going 4 hours tonight. We're probably going to call it around 2, but we'll see. So I wanted to show you guys first what I've done to the head design, and also I made sure everything was working before I started, so if something doesn't work now, you definitely can't blame me, even though I did that last time too. Anyway, I went back in last night and I did a little bit of refinement on the head. I didn't like the way these things were, so instead of, I don't know if you guys watched, but if you saw last time, I put in a ring and then I added these little things that I sculpted. I just kind of tried to line them up. They didn't line up perfectly because it's going to be basically impossible to do that by eye. So what I did was I went back into the model for these guys and I actually added the ring directly to them. There's a feature that, like, so if I had just these two parts here, there's a feature that automatically connects the two holes. So I did that, and then I brought them back in and I reshaped everything properly. I took out one of the pipes or whatever those are. I didn't like it, it was too crowded, so now I have only 2 of those. I made this a little bit bigger. I reshaped this just a tiny bit, and then I added some little details in here. I beveled both of the edges on the silver part, and then I added these guys in there. Just for a little extra contrast. We may do more, I don't know. We'll see. But we're not going to work on the head for now. What we're going to do, I guess I should say hi to everybody first. Tiny Yet Tanky, how's it going? Gabe, hey, what's up? Anar, why couldn't you make yourself? I could. Definitely could. My booty sense is tingling is here. Java Beans is here. Cameron's here. Austin's here. So many people I missed already. I saw, who did I see? Who started? Irish, what is it? Crazy Irishman, is that the username? It's Irish something. Something like that. I'm sorry, I don't remember it all. Juan's here. So lots of people are here. So we're going to just go ahead and get started. I can't say hi to everybody. How's the audio, by the way? Are we good? The music might be a little bit louder. Is the music okay? Let me know, guys. I'll check the chat in a second here. So let's go ahead and do this. So Donald's here also. I also did, I did a little bit of modification to, well, first I did some to this guy here. Everything is good. What's up, Nagalox? Naga, I never know how to pronounce that name, I'm sorry. Nagalox. You let me know how to pronounce it. Hopefully I'll see that comment when you respond. So I just reshaped this a little bit. I still might reshape it more. I don't know. I scaled down the handle part in relation to the blade, and I made this a little bit smaller and a little bit thicker. And then, like I said, that was just reshaped a little bit. I may still do some more reshaping, but I don't know. It's just going to be obviously a very tiny accessory. So, Crazy Irishman. Okay, I got it pretty close. Hey Mario Ponce, what's up? So yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be a tiny accessory, so it's not like it needs a ton of detail. And then I did a little bit of work on the sword. A little bit. Hey, Eldad's here. So for the sword, I just kind of resized some things. I made the handle a little bit longer in relation to the blade, a little bit thicker. I resized this in relation to everything else, and then I also added, I don't know if I showed you guys this part before, but I added that little gold piece onto the blade itself. So this would be kind of like just basically your standard katana, but it's straight. It's not really a ninjato, not only because those don't technically exist in history officially, but I'm not following any actual historical guidelines. These are going to be mostly stylized. Krems is here, what's up? Nagalox. Okay, I'll try to remember that, man. I will try. Eric Harding, what's up? Crazy to see all these recurring viewers day after day. Yeah, we've got some friends here, man. We've got a little community going. Here's the thing, though. Twitch contacted me and said, "Hey, you've got enough stuff," which their standards are very low for for the affiliate program. But they said, "Hey, you've got enough going on that you can be in the affiliate program." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's awesome." However, the problem with that is I would really like to sculpt a hand a little bit. Let's do some of that. Problem with that is, once you join the affiliate program, you can no longer dual stream. Like you have to leave your Twitch stream only for Twitch for like the first 24 hours or something like that. So I can't do these dual streams anymore once I do that. So I'm going to email them and see what's up, see if I can get something worked out about that. But we'll see. Anime craze, how's it going? It's not letting you watch. Well, that's on you, unfortunately, because it's definitely working on this end and lots of other people's ends. All of our ends are good. Okay, so this is a very low detail hand. Obviously, we don't have much done here, and I'm just gonna work as I normally do from memory, and then we'll go ahead and break out some reference as we do some more work. That's the idea, anyway. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of color, just because I prefer it to have a little bit of color. And so we'll just fill object. Let's make it a little brighter so I can see what I'm doing. Oh no, let's not lose all the saturation. There we go, that's a good color. Am I gonna make Deadpool? No, definitely can't do that. Am I gonna add tattoos on my character? There may be a character or two with tattoos. Probably one that has a little bit more skin showing, but can't say for sure. That hand doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape as it is. I mean, obviously we have to do a lot of work to it, but the idea is, well, first let's get it going in a direction I like. Pretty much like that, that'll be good. I don't think we really need the floor on, because we're not going to be confused. It's working now. Good, anime. I'm glad you can watch. Will there be cyborgs? Yeah, the whole line is based on like Cyberpunk Ninja, so there will be cybernetic enhancements of some variety. Some characters will be heavily enhanced, some will have maybe none. I don't know about that for sure yet. What I'm going to do is kind of make all of the different pieces and then decide which pieces are going to go on which character and which figure and in what configuration. So that's why we have the blank body so far. I'm going to use that as kind of a template, and then we're going to make an arm, or probably an arm for either side, maybe even the whole chest that's like cybernetically enhanced. And then all we can do is click, 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 and kind of like configure our own character. Not that you guys are going to get to choose your own, but I mean, me and whoever I decide to talk to about this are going to decide which combinations to use for various characters. So that's the idea anyway. I can't make licensed characters. You can stop asking all about different licensed characters. I cannot do licensed characters. It is not a thing I can do. Alright, we're going to be a little bit stylized. And in fact, the hands, I'm probably going to do the hands such that they're always either wearing gloves or are cybernetically enhanced. Not sure about that yet. I don't know if we're going to have any bare hands. But we'll see. We might. So here's an interesting thing that probably I would bet a lot of people don't realize this, and they're going to look at their hands after I mention this. Your knuckles do not line up with the gaps in your fingers. There's a large amount of skin past your knuckle in this crack. So people that draw off hands or fingers or whatever, they always put the knuckles too high up. So look at your hand and realize that you have a lot of meat down here that's not in line with your knuckles. Zenkai, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Hey Anthony, I got a thing to get ready for in 10 minutes. Just wanted to drop in and say, hey Gato. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. Druce is here, Borat's here, Black Camcorder, Kuni, Samurai. Everyone's here. You guys are all just filing in. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to worry about... Why is my lazy brush on? I don't need that. I don't want that either. Well, whatever. I think I'm probably gonna make the hands a little bit exaggerated, kinda like they do for Street Fighter. We'll see. Street Fighter makes their hands really big, and I don't want them to be quite that size, but they're probably gonna have a little bit of size to them. You're probably thinking right now, what the heck is he doing? This doesn't look like a hand. Well, not quite. Why is it so... I don't want my Z intensity quite that high. That'll be okay though. I'm just gonna get some of the bones kind of put in place. You know, where the parts where they protrude, they stick out a little bit. we're gonna just kind of do that, and then I'm gonna smooth everything down, and then it's gonna be a layer process. I don't know if everybody does it that way, but I do, and that's the way I like it. Am I going to have some place to store the knives on the figure? I don't know. I mean, those kind of things are always awesome, but articulation's most important, I think. So it's not absolutely necessary to have like a kunai belt or something like that. There will be at least a place to hold a katana, like across the back or something like that. I mean, they're definitely going to be able to interact with their accessories, otherwise what's the point? But I can't say every single thing is going to fit on there. Plus, you know, I already have people say, oh, that's too much money, when they don't even know what the final product's going to be. So you have to realize I have to keep the prices somewhat reasonable. So, I mean, there's lots of things I'd love to do that I don't think are even going to make it to the drawing board. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? 40 to 60 is the ideal price point. That's what I'm going for. We'll see how much of that we're actually gonna... We'll see. That's the plan. That is the idea. Probably didn't mean to bulge these out quite so much, but it's easy enough to... we can just adjust it on the fly pretty easily. And I do want to probably thicken up the whole hand a little bit. You know what? I should be working on the hands that are already in the figure document. That's okay, I can just swap them out. No big deal. You know what? I want to use my clay tubes instead. I like my clay tubes a little bit better. Now, it's also worth mentioning that whilst a lot of aspects of anatomy are universally objective, not every person is built the exact same way. So, not every single thing is going to line up exactly how it is on your body, for instance, or even my body. Although I am making it exactly accurate to my body in terms of muscular density and all that kind of stuff. It's 100% definitely accurate. Guaranteed. Oops. It's also very hard to make a hand look right without it being connected to the wrist. So we're going to maybe have to adjust it a little bit more once we add the articulation, kind of put it in place. But, other than being a little bony right now, I don't think that looks too bad. We do need it to be round-ish. I know that's not accurate, but we need that in order for the articulation to work properly. So we're gonna have to fudge it a little bit, and we'll see how it all looks once we put it on the body. See you later, Eldad. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Are you making extra articulation hand joints? I don't know what that means. It's going to be a swivel hinge for every wrist. Some will be vertical hinge, some will be horizontal. Like, for instance, the sword gripping hands. I don't know why companies don't do this more often, but they definitely don't need a horizontal hinge. Like, if you're holding a sword in your hand, you don't need to move your wrist like this. You need to move it like this. That way you can, like, pose them. I mean, obviously for a figure you need it even more, so you can pose them like with the sword up on their shoulder, or with the, like, holding the blade pointing forward more. Going like this with a sword is almost useless for an action figure. So those are the kind of things I'm taking into account. Interchangeable faces? No. No, we, like I said, we have a limit as to what we can do here. So, interchangeable faces will most definitely not be an option. Though the heads will likely be interchangeable from one figure to the next. Maybe not necessarily recommended by the manufacturer, but, because do-it-your-own risk type of situation. But that's the idea anyway. A lot of it's going to be a lot like the Mythic Legions from the Four Horsemen, in that a lot of the parts are going to be, kind of talked about this a little bit as we started here tonight, a lot of the parts are going to be interchangeable to an extent, because that's how they're going to be manufactured, and because that increases the value of collecting multiple figures. Interchangeable hands, yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know how many each one will come with. If even if I'd be able to do that, to be completely honest, given the price point. But my plan is to either give at least 2 sets of hands for every figure, like an accessory holding hand and like a style pose hand or a fist hand or something like that. And then if you need a hand that one figure came with that the other one didn't, they're going to be interchangeable. And also I'm hoping to be able to release like a pack of hands as its own SKU, as they say, its own item. The finger pads are kind of important. Even if he's wearing a glove, you need to get that shape right. I'm not going to be sculpting like a big thick leather glove. They're going to be mostly hand shaped either way. And you need to make sure the fingers look right. I think we're not doing too bad, especially for just winging it. I think it's looking okay. Let's see. Definitely big knuckles, but like I said, we're going for a slightly stylized look, in the vein of like your typical fighting game. I don't see the big idea with the price. You make awesome figures. I don't know what you mean. If it's not marketable toward the majority of collectors, then I mean I'm automatically starting off behind the 8 ball because nobody's gonna buy it. So I have to keep the price somewhere in that ballpark. And the Mythic Legions line and even the Articulated Icons line, despite the problems it's having, were pretty well received. So I'm trying to kind of keep along that price point. That seems to be the sweet spot. So we're going to give that a go and see what we can do. Yeah, that thumb's a little weird. That fix. That's good enough for now. Yeah, your thumb does pretty much come to a point like that, so that'll be okay. Am I going to paint the figures by hand? No. Yeah, it'll be Kickstarter, Nagalox. It does cost a lot of money to make the figures, but if everything goes according to plan, I should be able to charge that $40 to $60 price point. Should be able to. Cause I'm not making them by hand, obviously. What is going on here? Alright, that's better. These are gonna be manufactured like any other figure line. So, not like any other. But in terms of, you know, general practice, it's gonna be very similar to your usual. Last night I was working and ZBrush crashed like all the time, constantly, while I was trying to modify. I was trying to make a curved katana also, just to have one available, and I can do that kind of thing because I don't keep my tablet with me. So like, obviously it's a big tablet, so while I'm watching TV or something, I'll just have my laptop out, and I can do the modeling for that kind of thing just with my touchpad. I was trying to do that. I was trying to just do some extra type of stuff to get some work done, and damn software kept crashing. Which isn't entirely uncommon for ZBrush. I mean, it does crash. Been pretty lucky during these streams. I don't know if we've had too many crashes. I don't think so. Nope, not V. Not V. B, M, V. There we go. And doesn't look too bad. I do say so myself. I don't know what level of actual skin detail we want on there, so I'm just going to kind of get it marked in and probably just leave it like that for now. Red Hoodie, you've been watching me since 2014. That's 3 years. Thanks. The one and only, also been watching for a long time. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Where were you the first 5 years? Actually, I don't... 2011, I think, is when I started. And that's not even when I actually started. That's just when I started having some content. I don't know. I can adjust the hand a little more as we go, but I think that'll be good enough for now. Let's do some work on the fist, although I'll probably make most of the pose hands out of this one, and I say that because, let me save this, not Z, redo, Control S, there it is. Okay. Do you think you'll have like one higher priced figure that comes with like a base plate and a slew of accessories, like a deluxe pack? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that might be an option. That'll be the kind of thing that happens down the line. Like once we get everything else sorted out, we'll be able to figure out that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and dynamesh this guy. We're going to up the res to not that high. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Alright. Good. Now you have to realize it's gonna seem a lot less bony once it shrinks down. And obviously I'm gonna be tweaking the design some, but that'll be good enough for now. Yes, let's save it one more time. Let's see how this works. I haven't done this. I know how to do it technically, but let's see. We want that, and we want... No, we don't want that. Come on. Well, let's start with this one. Did I get it? Yeah, haha. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to try to pose down these two fingers for like a this kind of pose. I'm going to bend these two down. And that should work. And when I say should, I mean might. Oh, we should be able to do it. So what I'm just gonna do is mask everything I don't want to move. We're gonna soften that mask. So we're gonna do a little bit of tappy 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 right there. So as you can see now, we have just, we want to make sure the other fingers are masked because we don't want that. Sometimes when you soften it, when you're this close, it'll catch other things. You don't want that. You want it soft right here, but you don't want to be grabbing the finger pits. That's not what those are called. It could be. Might be what they're called. Okay. So that should work. So what you want to do when you're doing this is line up your transpose tool as if it is the bone. Alright. It's actually pretty well situated this way. That might actually work. So it should, I might have to adjust where the masking is in order for it to stretch the thing properly. But that actually, yeah, that's way off. But what you can do is switch to your move tool and kind of do that. And you can see we almost have, you know what I should do? I should just do both fingers at the same time. That way it would be a little less work, a little less of the same step over and over again. That'll be a little bit better. Okay. A key blast or blast effect. Well, I don't think they're going to be shooting fireballs. Fictionally speaking, that's not really the type of characters these are going to be. But I would like to, and if obviously if I can make it happen at the price point, I want like swoosh effects. Like if they're going to do a kick or swing their sword or throw a shuriken or something like that, I'd like for there to be some kind of effect pieces for that. And that is something I'm going to try to work out, but again, it's not the kind of thing where I get to just say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what you're going to build me, and this is what it's going to cost. This is what I'm going to charge. Can't do that. In fact, I don't think this plan right here is going to work doing two at once, because it's going to... Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I might be able to get them kind of in place and then adjust them. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even mask it off in the right way. I need to mask it off down much lower. Screw it. Let's just do one at a time. Shortcuts almost never work. Way easier to just do it the right way once, rather than to try to skip doing the right way and then have to do it all over again. You know what I mean? Alright. Display bases? I don't know, probably. Maybe, nah, probably not. Is every head sculpt gonna look the same, just different colors? No, there's gonna be different heads, man. Some are gonna have like no bionic situation going on, some will have more, some will have less. I mean, I'll reuse some parts, like the face I have on the head we just made, you can't see the face mostly, so I can reuse that head, just take the mask off type of thing. Maybe different hair, maybe the same hair, I don't know. There's going to be some of the same parts being reused, but I'm going to try to do it as effectively as possible. You don't want to have like 10 of the same figure. Maybe you do, and they're going to be awesome, so you might as well buy as many as you can possibly afford. And that's not coming from the person selling them, that's coming from the person making them, who's also the person selling them. Alright, let's bend that pinky. Yeah, so it's going to stretch the knuckle a little bit. Oh man, I caught some of that one up there. nuts. It's going to stretch the knuckle a little bit, but that can be easily resculpted. It's way faster to do it this way than it is to sculpt a new hand from scratch every single time. You definitely don't want to do that. Just smooth it out and resculpt it later. And now, what we want to do is... That one worked a little bit better. Alright, so we're going to mask off a little bit higher up on the finger. Not that high. Now, I could technically hide these other fingers to keep them out of my way so I can see what I'm doing, but I also kind of want them there so I can actually see what I'm doing with this finger, because all the fingers kind of move together. Alright, let's see how this works here. Up. Somebody was asking me the other day after the stream, they messaged me about making things different sizes once you import them to a document. That's going to happen right here in the subtool thing. Select whichever one you import, and then you can just resize it using either your transpose tools up here in the left, or you can go down to, let me see if I can click the right thing, go down to deformation and size is what you want to do. That's how you do that. OB, what's up, OB? Max Power. Am I actually going to be selling these Max Power? If I can. I mean, that's the absolute plan. I'm going to have a line of figures, just like the Mythic Legions or the Articulated Icons or any of these other companies that are making unlicensed type characters. That's what this is going to be. But of course, there are plenty of things that could happen to prevent that from happening. Alright, let's see if we can rotate this finger. That's actually the right angle that I wanted. Let's just adjust it a little bit here, like that. Let's bring it in a little bit. So it's very important to make sure that this transpose line is actually in line with your finger. Otherwise, when you bend it, it's going to bend it like it's broken, and you don't want that. You want to make sure you're bending everything in the right direction. Oh, I don't want to use move. I want to use rotate. Thought that looked funny. I think we'll rotate this out just a little bit. Just like that. Yeah. Yep, that looks good. Okay. I think I'm going to keep on following this. I wouldn't mind one. Well, you don't get one just for watching, but it would be cool to watch the process of a figure being made and then to be able to collect that line of figures. I think that would be awesome personally, so I'm very excited about this from a collector's standpoint, let alone, or not alone, or whatever the saying is, about being the person making them. I think it's cool just from the, like, if this ends up working, which I so hope I can make it work, I think it's going to be freaking awesome to have made this video series and then to make the figure. I'm gonna geek out and I'm the one doing it, so hopefully you guys feel that same way. At least some of you out there hopefully feel that same way. Okay, nope. Get back there. There we go. We want that there, and that there, that's good. bit. I think that'll be okay. Let's see how this moves. Yeah, I swung it just a little bit too far. But I can just swing it back since it was a tiny little move. I think a little bit less would be good. And in fact, what I want to do is make that bend tighter, because that, when you bend your pinky, this middle knuckle does most of the bending. So that's what I'm going to go for. Probably use the right tool, don't want to scale it up. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And then, see, oh, that's probably rotated a little bit too much. Let's fix that. Alright, I think that'll work. Once we do some more resculpting, once we get everything in place, we'll resculpt it all and it'll end up looking a lot better. A creation process documentation or document. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I don't have like drawings and stuff. I mean, my buddy's drawn some stuff up and we're probably going to use those. At least some of the ideas in those. But I have it all in my head, but I haven't done any like actual drawing of anything, so I don't really have the ability to document what I'm doing beyond these videos. But they'll be on Kickstarter, and I'll be posting videos about this stuff once it happens, which is a long ways off, but it'll be through Kickstarter as far as I can tell. That's the plan. And of course I'll be posting about it all over the place because I need people to get involved. If nobody buys them, it's not going to happen. So all I can do is design the damn things. You guys have to bring the cheddar to the table. That's not a saying. You can use it if you want, though. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's tappy tappy tappy, soften up that mass. Now we're gonna bend this big guy. That almost lined up. This might be the first Kickstarter I support. Other people, that would be awesome. That'd be cool. Thanks. I think he means the factory making the figures. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, there will be documentation for that process. That kind of went off at the wrong angle. Can I correct it is the question. I wonder if I can grab this from up here. Haha, I can. Now I know that made it do it weird, but I think I can just do that. Oh, wrong tool. That's why it did it weird. Oh, like snapshots and stuff? Well, I mean, I've got the videos on the channel, so I don't know. It's possible to just yank all this stuff off of there. Honestly, I just don't have the time for that kind of supplemental material. I am already pushing the limits here as far as making these and still doing the customs and the other YouTube videos and these streams. I mean, obviously I have to spend the time to make these figures, so the streams are kind of a bonus, but they do take obviously 4 or 5 hours a time, so you know there's a little bit of a time issue. And like for instance, like I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I won't be able to even work on these for the next week or whatever. Yeah, I won't be streaming again until next Thursday. Neos Ali, what's up, man? Thanks for the support. Soften that up. Let's draw out our transpose tool. Boop, 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 boop. That should be good. Let's try that. Yeah, that's almost there. I can probably just rotate that from here. I can actually do what I want to do. There it is. Alright, let's just rotate that like. And do this. Let's just bring it in a little. Too much. Right there. That looks pretty good. Now we bend down that little knuckle, and I'll do a little bit more of adjustments once we get the general pose in place, but this is, at least as far as I know, the easiest way to do this. A gang banging ninja. I don't know what that means. Thursday of next week. I'm going out of town tomorrow for 7 days, so I'll be back next Tuesday, which means I won't be streaming until next Thursday. I know it sucks. I'll be doing some work. Like I said, I can work on my laptop without my tablet, but I can only do certain stuff, so I won't be able to stream, unfortunately, because I can't bring my 22-inch tablet on the plane with me. I mean, I could if I wanted to pay a whole bunch, but I don't. So, we're not going to be doing that. I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. No! When I did the Dynamesh, it caught these two fingers together. Actually, I should probably move them together anyway. Just for the sake. There's no way they're going to be able to get printed or molded effectively like that anyway. So let's do that. Let's, well, I guess we'll try this and see if this works. It's not gonna work. Alright, let's do this. That is definitely not a gang sign. Other people, are you asking me or telling me? Because if you're asking me, then the answer is yes, technically. I could fill it full of Z-spheres and then pose it around that way, but it's really, it's not. It would be more effort for me to learn how to do Z-spheres effectively, so I'm not going to bother. Plus, oops, not gonna work. the hands are gonna end up, like the fist for instance, it's gonna be sculpted just as like a giant fist. I don't need individual fingers. So it's not probably worth the effort. Well, you know what I should do? Let's do this. And then if I do... Haha, got it. Now I can mask properly. Oop, let's just do this. Tappy, tappy, tappy. And then I think what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna rotate this over. Like that. And I'm not real worried about this little issue right here because it's gonna be... They're gonna get merged into each other anyway. So I'll be able to account for that. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. So if we do this... They end up merged together. Be like that. Let's just fill it in a little bit. Why is there a hole there? Yeah, get out of there. Don't try to mess up my work. Alright. And what I'll do is I'll probably end up just inflating the fingers anyway and connecting them, but this will, oops. This will end up being okay for now. Yeah, Gil, I pretty much have it all planned out in my head already. It's just I don't have it on paper because I don't draw so great. But I'm pretty good. Thanks for the offer. I mean, I may end up taking you up on that, but at this point, I have it pretty much pretty set. Especially since I mostly just need to get the various parts sculpted and built, then I can kind of just kit bash within the sculpting software to come up with my finalized plans. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. Give them enough meat to get them close enough to each other, and then they'll catch and fuse. I think. Haha, you see that? That means it worked. Move that out a little bit, do a little bit more. Still a little bit of whole situation going on here, but it's easier for me to just fill it in and then carve it out than it is for me to work it as separate things. There we go. Are there Soul Calibur figures out there? There are a couple, like, statue type things, but nothing that, nothing like along the lines of an actual action figure, so don't get your hopes up. I know it's very disappointing. Boiling Super Sculpey, I can't say I recommend it. It's not really intended to be used that way. I don't know what the lasting effects are on the, I don't know, strength or quality of the cured material is. It could be problematic. Okay, so now we want to... Come on, rotate the way I want you to. There we go. Ah, look, he's flipping us the bird. Is that even the finger I selected? I don't remember. I wanted the index finger. Is that the one I grabbed? I don't remember. Oh well, we'll figure it out in just a second. I hope that's the index finger. Damn it. I'm excited for any new figure arts. All of them. Guess I can just do it this way. Maybe that was my original plan, to mask it off like this. Let's just go with that. Let's pretend I know what I'm doing. The one way to do a really quick check to see if you have everything masked properly is to... I should probably save. Let me do a save. This is going to be posed hand. So by doing, oops, a real quick extraction, that'll show me what I have masked and what I don't have masked. Oh, it did already. Let's make it thicker so I can actually see. Alright, I think we're good. So let's do this now. What I want to do is give myself a transpose line down at the knuckle. Right there, put it right there. See you later, Krems. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in 9 days. Oop, wrong button. That kind of worked out okay. Well, that would have definitely not been good if I if I used it like that. Alright, so that should just straighten them out a little bit. Now I'm hoping those will be close enough that they'll automatically get stuck together. They are not. Alright. Let's just do this. Oh, almost got him. Almost there. Am I gonna get the Mary Jane Spider-Man 2-pack? Yeah, I get all the Marvel Legends nowadays. Okay, so what we need to do now is move the thumb. Honestly, don't even know if I'm going to need this hand, but I figured I might as well make it. If I don't need it, I don't need it, but maybe down the road we'll use it either way, so... Oh my gosh. That is not the right positioning for the thumb. I just want to get this pretty much in the general okay blobbiness, and then I'm going to move on to something else. I'm sick of working on the hands. Hands are not fun for me. I don't know why it is, but they're just boring. Obviously that's not quite right, but it's close. Okay, I can't get these freaking fingers out of the way. Should just use the lasso, but oh well. How did... whatever. Missed some masking. Yeah, that looks pretty good though. Good enough for now. I mean, I need to do a lot of resculpting on this, but I got the fingers pretty much in the poses I want them in. Pretty close. I still got some of that finger caught in the mask. Damn it. Yeah, it'll look much better once I resculpt it, but that will do for now. Alright, what should we do now? Next thing to do would be... we have 45 minutes. What can we do in 45 minutes? Let's clean up the hair on... what's going on? There we go. On this guy. Still waiting on those fingernails. Don't know what you're talking about. Said from the beginning it's probably going to be a gloved hand. And I clearly am not doing the detail sculpt yet. Can't see what I'm doing, so we're going to go ahead and just do that. It's supposed to be matte cap gray. Looks like it's metal, but... oh, that's why. There we go. Need to do Dynamesh. Too many things are getting stretched out. Too many little clumps of hair. There we go. Now we can move them around a little bit better. So all I'm using right now is the regular move brush, but I have AccuCurve turned on, which allows it to come to a point and it's a little less blobby when you move things. Oops. So it helps with hair, like this. Can't tell without the ear cups in place. You need that and that. Let's go ahead and put the whole thing on. What the heck? Now, remember, a lot of this isn't even going to be barely noticeable. These are like, these strands of hair right here are like the thickness of a grain of rice. So a lot of this isn't going to make that much of a difference, but I'm trying to just put a little bit of extra, I guess the recesses, I'm trying to make them more recessed so that they just create a little bit more contrast on the final design. It's kind of a monotonous process, but it helps to make the final product look better when it finally gets printed. Hey, Arthur's here. What's up, Arthur? almost done with the hair. Then I'd like to put like a bionic implant on the side of his, like around his eye, like this area. But we'll see if we get there tonight. That was terrible. This chunk right here is just, I didn't do a good job when I put it down, so now it's becoming a problem for me to shape properly. We'll come back to it. Victor Echeverria with a super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Will I have characters with... Sorry, contact's freaking out. Full helmets. Not a helmet necessarily, but with full headgear, yes. Ninjas aren't exactly known for helmets. My buddy's trying to convince me to do helmets also. I really don't think we're going to have actual helmets. But some kind of, like, balaclava, but mechanized maybe. Something like that is not out of the question. We're almost there with the hair. We're almost there with the hair. Man, this brush right here, it's so nice, this detail brush. It's a modified Damien standard brush, so for those of you that are fluent in ZBrush, you know what I'm talking about, but this was made by, the brush itself was modified by Shane Olson. He's one of the, or maybe the lead guy, who works on a lot of Disney stuff. He's good, and he gave this away for free on his, or he gives it away for free on his website. It's real handy. Shane Olson Art, I think, is the website. I'm not positive the exact link offhand. Oops. But it's a really great brush for throwing in details like this. It doesn't have anywhere near the pinching effect that this Damien Standard brush has, which is the one reason I don't like using Damien Standard, is it pinches so much. We're working our way back toward that spot I don't want to work on. I'm gonna fight it. Here's what we'll do to fix this problem. I think that'll be enough to fix it. This is going to be so small, I don't even know why I'm bothering. You're not going to be able to tell. If you guys saw the hair on the back of Logan up close, before it got printed, you'd be like, this looks way better than that. And the Logan heads looked fine. So, I should probably just call it. Can't help myself. Like these lumps here, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be so tiny. They're not gonna look weird. think that'll probably do. Almost. Not quite there yet. Couple more things. Alright, I think that's good enough. That'll work. Let's do a quick save. Gabe, keep it classy. All right, don't be a problem. Okay, let's go up to the face. Let's do B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O. No, we want to insert. Well, let me see if I can find a part that'll get close first. Let's see if the gun has anything in it that I can use. That way I don't have to build every little bit. This piece. And it's a little more complex than I'd like, but yeah, let's not use that one. Let's see what else there is. Did the music stop? It did. There we go. Dragon Ball Freak, he is not, does not have brown skin, it's masked off. Technically this piece I inserted is part of this mesh, so they masked it off, and then what I'll do is, I'll just do it now. Mask on, split unmask points. Now we can move this sucker around however we want. How we want is to draw a transpose line like this, and like this. Curve that a little bit. The mask in front turned out great, thanks. Oh, you know what? I forgot it still has this one on. We don't want those on there. We don't want those. In fact, we're gonna get rid of that, because I replaced those with ones that were properly made. You know what, if I do this... No, the sword he's gonna have is like a regular katana, but kind of futuristic looking. I've already made the sword, although I'm gonna make more. But I have made the sword that I plan to use for him. I'll show it to you guys in a minute, if you're new to the stream. Why did the hair change? I did not want the hair to change. I wanted just the metal part to change. Why is that part changing? It. We're just gonna make that color so I can see. There we go. Alright, 10 more minutes. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. I didn't realize I had the wrong move brush on. That's why it was taking so long to get everything to go where I wanted. Whoops! Never changed it back when I changed it last time. Okay. Oh, I want that on. See you later, Dragon Ball Freak. Thanks for tuning in, man. Okay, we want to increase. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably add some stuff to that to make it look like it's actually doing something, but I kind of like the overall look of it. I mean, obviously it's just a chunk of metal on his face right now, but Hmm. That would be so impossible for them to paint. I don't know if that's a great idea. You know what? I shouldn't even have done that the way I did. I should do something more along the lines of... No, those are actual chains. We don't want those. We want... shoelaces. Put shoelaces on his head. No, that's not what I want. I can't find what I want. I have 2 minutes to do it. I might not have put them in here. I might have left them in a folder. No. I think I left them in a folder. That's not what I meant to click. I want... Might not have it. Might not have it. Let's see what's in here. No. Yeah, I don't have it. Oop. Oh well. Well, at least we got the hair cleaned up and the hands done up a little bit. I do like the idea of having something on there. Maybe not connecting it to the... I don't like that idea that it was tucking in here. I think it should stop and then cover. Or maybe cover the eyebrow altogether. I think that's a good idea. Oh, you guys, if you were here last time, you remember me having the issue of everything being double-sided? I went in and fixed all that. I cleaned it all up. It was a pain in the ass, but everything is just single-sided now and has the lips on it that are necessary. No more duplicates of everything. So, in case you're interested in that. Okay, let me show you guys the sword if you haven't seen it before. Save first, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And it crashed. Okay, let me bring it back up real quick. Well, at least it crashed at the very end. Okay, let's bring up the sword. There it is. Zoom in so you can see a little bit. That's what we have for the first sword. Turn that up, it should make it less jagged. Yeah, looks pretty clean like that. That's what we have. I don't know if it's going to be gold. I think it might leave it gold and black like that for the handle. We'll see. Alright guys, we are going to call it there. So thanks for tuning in. I will be out of town, so I won't be back until next Thursday for the streams. I'll still have my daily uploads every morning, and this will go live also. If you guys missed it, you can come back and check out the parts you missed or scroll through it or whatever. There is a playlist for all of the digital sculpting, so if you want to check out the process at any point, you can go back and check that out. So there it is. Make sure if you're on Twitch, you give the channel a follow. That would be very much appreciated. I really would like it if you guys could do that. So if you do that, thanks a ton. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And in the meantime, keep collecting.